It's $49,630 versus $36,250. Why the difference? Why the difference? You guys keep telling us that the only way to attract quality teachers, the only way to do it is with money. Why is there a difference then? Why is it that these private schools that everybody knows to be better, that, and by the way, are self-evidently better? Because you have to not only pay your property taxes, you have to pay your property taxes, not attend the public schools, and then pay on top of that, which we're going to get into in a minute, what that actual data is on that matter, to go to the private schools. Why would you pay 1 penny extra to go to a private school unless it wasn't markedly better? Unless it was markedly better. It should be self-evident. We're going to come back to that in a minute. But the question, of course, is why do you keep telling us? Why do you guys keep lying to us and telling us that the only way to obtain and retain quality employment and quality teaching is just back up infinite money? Back up the dump truck with infinite money. That's just not true. And again, it's evidence right here that in the private sector, teachers taking a lot less. So why do they do that? Why do they do that? Well, we actually have an article from The Atlantic that explains in one sentence why that is. And guys, I'm not going to read this whole thing because it's just, we're way over time and it's just not necessary. You guys, here's a link to that article if you want to. It's in the comment section now. Boom. And just real quick, it answers this question in a sentence. Why are private school teachers paid less than public school teachers? One explanation: the working conditions are better in private schools, so instructors are willing to take a salary cut. Dum-bum-bum-ba-dum. Hopefully I don't get copyright strike for that. But duh. I've already explained how one of the things you can do to attract and to attract these better teachers, to attract the quality teachers, is freedom in the classroom, right? And nobody wants to even talk about that. But again, the fact that, and the question of are these private schools better? Well, if they're paying their teachers way less by the prevailing myth that's been going around, and it is just that, a myth, by the prevailing wisdom, if you will, that is just a myth, they should be worse. You should expect way worse outcomes, but they're better. And again, I told you, this should be self-evident. I shouldn't have to cite my source. It's self-evident by the fact that parents are still willing to pay tens of thousands of dollars on top of their taxes to not go to public schools. And by the way, anyone who's ever dealt with a private school knows that what they have are endless amounts of in-house grants, and there's charities you can go to, there's scholarships you can obtain out of house and in-house to go in there. Almost nobody pays full tuition room and board in some cases, who goes to private school. Almost nobody. And when I was living in Savannah, almost everybody pays out of pocket nothing to these private schools because, again, of the in-house grants, the in-house charity, the in-house scholarships, and the additional out-of-house, external scholarships and the external charities and the external grants that reduce the tuition down to nothing. And by the way, once you get the dollars the same, like we had in Savannah, once it out of pocket costs nothing to go to private school, everyone goes to private school. Everyone. Just absolutely everyone goes to private school. And the fact that homeschooling even exists tells you how poor a job public school does. Why would you not only pay your taxes, not have your kid go to the public school, and then take the time out of your day to do that job yourself, and also sacrifice the income you could have been earning in that time? Unless what your kids were getting was a much better result, a much better experience. If it was true that public schools were the bastion of the saving grace, if you will, that it's been treated as by the proverbial other side, then homeschooling wouldn't even exist.